Hello, everybody. We're here with Cynthia and Chai. Just close on your new home. Congratulations, both of you.
Thanks.
Welcome. Cynthia, you are a principal over at Harns, Marsh Elementary.
Yes.
What would you tell teachers watching this and your colleagues what it's like to use Teachers Can Buy Homes? And you have a very unique perspective on this. Everyone's got a different story, but what would you tell them what it's like to use this program and what you experienced?
Well, the process was very easy. Too good to be true. I pretty much, when I saw your website and it said zero money down, I was like, okay, well, coming from, looking at prior, working with a prior agent and knowing how much we had to go and do, not only the down payment, but then the closing costs. And when you said zero closing costs, I thought, okay, well, we'll go with that and see, but it was proven to be true.
So you had zero closing costs. There was no fees of any kind. We even got normal fees like appraisal fee waived in a sense. So you mentioned that you used another agent. You used that agent recently.
Yes.
And then we're not getting results. So what was the difference between the other person and using this program?
Yes.
I think in my input, Ed, you're way more detailed in the whole buying process. With the other agent, it was here it is, and that's pretty much what it is. Yeah, we're very thankful for that.
That is true, yeah. So we had pretty much had been with a prior agent a good 2 to 3 months, looking only on weekends because that's the only time that I had. But it was always, I was initiating this house came up, can we go see it? Nothing from their part, like, hey, this just popped up in the areas that you want. I'll never forget when you had actually said to us the first time, you're like, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and you're going to come to my office and it's going to be an hour. I'm thinking, what do you mean an hour? Had no idea, but you really took the time to see what our needs, what our wants were. And then you actually built that portal that day. And from there, it was like, it was coming in. Like there's it was different, different
searches
that we actually set up.
Yeah.
And so that, and it's just from that part in itself, I'm thinking, wait a minute, like this is nothing how we were with the other real estate agent, and just thinking that was the norm. So,
and I recall, like a month in, you were saying, you're like, you know what, I really don't like Ed. I'm like, why don't you like Ed? Because he's too judgmental, and he's looking for our better interest. I mean, that's what's all, and you are. You're always looking for the buyer's better interest.
Well, and you said, and then what you said is, you said, no, what he's going, because I said to him, I said, wait a minute, I said, he's always, like, we go, and he's like, no, but this is, like, the wrong things, and I'm like, I don't want to be the buzz killer, but you said, but that's what we want, like, we want to go and be, like, this is the whole house, the pluses, plus the minuses, it's like, the pros and the cons.
Yeah, he plays great at devil's advocate, and we appreciate that.
That is, and I was hard, that was hard for me.
It goes to being, this whole industry is salespeople. Your mortgage person is a salesperson. Your processor's a salesperson. Your insurance person's a salesperson. And agents are salespeople. And so some of this industry is all about getting the sale and kicking people over fences. And that's great if you're selling widgets or you're selling cars. But this is real estate. This is people's... You can't go broke and bankrupt buying a bad car. Right? You just lemon law. It's not the end of the world. Buy a bad suit or buy bad food, it can be easily replaced. Right. But when you invest in real estate in a house, you can really burn yourself. And so what I found is telling people not to buy homes is actually doing the public a service.
Right.
There are some people that don't need to be buying a home, especially in this year. If this is watching this years from now, this is 2021, COVID, horribleness real estate market, where you were experiencing very much similar to what you had from the other, where you just weren't finding the right things.
Right.
So I should be devil's advocate. I should be that consultant. I should be that wingman, the right hand person,
not a yes
to
man.
sit there and tell you.
And that's what I wanted. Yes,
she
exactly.
wanted a yes man. Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Oh sure, let's just go buy that 2007 Chinese drywall home and not tell you what that means. That's the thing is you're scarred 20 years of doing this. I was here during that time. Or now the new agents, I think they said 80% of the agents don't even know what Chinese drywall is because they weren't around 10 years ago.
Right.
But thank you for that honesty on that. So what you would overall tell your fellow staff, especially like your first year teachers or your first time home buyers, although this is not your first time buying a home, what would you comment about that, like as far as the rest of it?
So definitely I would go and say for a first time home buyer, like you said, is just having that connection where you said, you know what, you're gonna, come to my office and let's go ahead and block off. And you said block off this time, and it was pretty much setting up a date and time that we could come all the way out here and really sit down and having you take the time and saying, okay, what are the wants? And then it just kept on breaking down, especially when you said location. I mean, we had, we were pretty much fixed on a location, and that's like, and I think I was so narrow-minded about where I wanted to live that was the only thing. And you kind of said, well, here's these areas over here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Gave us our option.
you gave
As
us our
a
option.
crow
Yeah.
flies, that's an extra
Yeah.
5
I mean,
minutes, extra
we
4.
were set in a certain zip code. Did we buy there? No.
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 I think
But you
it's
found something
Somewhere
better.
else,
Yes, much better.
So, well, thank you for those kind words on that. As always, Teachers Come By Homes always wants to give back to people that take care of our kids. And so we're going to be making a donation to Harns Marsh Elementary. And where would you like that money to go toward, and what do you think that's going to be used for?
Well, it would definitely go into the principal's discretionary fund, and for that reason is, even working at a Title I school, is that we get a lot of funds, and however, with those funds, it's very limited on what you can do. It doesn't give you the liberty, so a lot of it has to be based on student impact, student achievement.
Yeah.
So being in the discretionary fund, that gives us I can go ahead and pretty much do anything for our staff, for our teachers, our
Yep.
staff members, anything from, buying them food or, t-shirts or gift cards or anything, in that way to go ahead and definitely reward our teachers for all of their hard work that they do each and every day.
Perfect. Well, I just something I've loved about doing this with the donations is you get to decide, and then I come up with ideas. Like you just gave me one for your school, which I'm
Yes.
totally going to do. And then I was talking with someone who's kind of on the side burner of the district, but always giving me weird ideas. I'm going to do the school nurse appreciation day because I was the one that did the sandwiches last year for principal appreciation, but I don't need recognition for that. I don't know if we got a sandwich last year or.
I believe they did, yes.
Yep. Yeah, and so maybe a school board appreciation or something outside the box.
Right.
But I was thinking, so it gives me good ideas to help. I'm here to support your school when there's needs. I'm there, regardless if someone buys a home or not. Is regardless. Wrong word. There's no such word as regardless. But anyway, so. Great, awesome discretionary fund. We'll come by your school next week, probably sometime, and then telling what the camera is here. What having people watch that don't own a home. What's it like to own your forever home?
Can't wait.
Yeah.
our
it's
forever
great.
home again. But
Great
yes,
home.
can't wait. So now
Thank
it's
you.
going to be our forever home.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
Thinking of the future with our kids and grandkids.
Yep. Perfect. Well, congratulations again, guys.